Yo, what's going on, man? What's happening? So now I'm going to teach you how electricity just flows through a normal circuit. Now, as you can see, we have a 12-volt battery and a 6 ohm resistor, right? Those are the two components we have in our circuit right here. So what we're going to do is first, let's follow the electricity. So the electricity using electron flow, the electricity. Let me get a pen going here. Electricity will flow from here, from the negative terminal, all the way through the 6 ohm resistor, all the way over here, completing its circuit at the positive terminal of the battery, right? So now we figured that out, right? Now, first thing we can do when we're solving a circuit, an electrical circuit, and what I should have started off the video with is we want to figure out how many voltages are in this circuit. Well, as we can see, we know from the last video a voltage difference. We have a 12-volt battery here, which means the battery has a difference of 12 volts, right? So that means on the negative side, right? On the negative side right here, all the way through, right? Negative side all the way through here, all the way through here is 0 volts, right? We have 0 volts from here to this point at the start of the resistor, right? Then as we go from here all the way back to the positive terminal, right? We're gonna have 12 volts, right? So on this entire line right here, we have 12 volts, and along this entire line, we have 0 volts. That's what the circuit looks like right now. And don't worry if that's confusing you, because you will see it a lot. I will bring it up a lot in future videos, so you're gonna get this concept down pat sooner or later. So don't stress out if you don't understand what's going on right here. So now what we need to do, right, is we need to use Ohm's law. So let's do that real quick because I have not taught you guys Ohm's law yet. So V equals I times R, right? We got to use Ohm's law. So using the Ohm's law, right? If we look at this equation, we see that our voltage in this circuit is 12 volts. That's our total voltage in this circuit. It's 12 volts. So now, if we look at that would be filled in for V, and if we look at R, which is resistance, right? Do we know the resistance in this circuit? Yes, we do. The resistance in the circuit is 6 ohms, right? So we're gonna add 6 ohms to that R. So let's do that real quick. So we're gonna have 12 equals I times 6, right? Now, if you know anything about basic algebra, we want to solve for I here, right? Because I is the unknown variable. So what we can do is we can use basic algebra, right? And we can divide. Let me do this real quick. We can divide 6 on both sides, right? We can divide 6 on both sides. This will give us a 1. I times 1 is just I. And then we're going to divide right here. 12 divided by 6, that's 2. So let's write that information down. I guess I should have kept that actually. Yeah, let me keep that there. We're gonna have so that's gonna equal I equal to 2 amps, right? Because current is measured in amps, right? So that means throughout this entire circuit we have 2 amps, right? Through this entire circuit we have 2 amps. Through this entire circuit we have 2 amps flowing. 2 amps, 2 amps, 2 amps. Now this, I guess I won't explain that. No, because you don't need to know that. It'll be nice to know that information, but like you don't need to know it right now, and you will learn it. I will teach it in a second, so it's fine. But so we have 2 amps flowing through this entire circuit, right? Let me get rid of all of this. Oops. There's no way to put that back, so I gotta just rewrite it. All right. So there's 2 amps flowing through that circuit, right? So what we can do, so let's start. So let's start in the beginning, right? So we got we know we got 2 amps flowing through the circuit, right? So at the 0 volt line, actually, let me even do that too. I guess I'll do that just to make it easier for you guys. So oops, I still got the pin activated. All right. So we're gonna label this point 0 volts. This is 0 volts, right? This point right here, that's 0 volts, and this point right here is 12 volts. And I'll start doing that for now on, just to let you guys, will get that, the voltage difference through your head, right? All right. So throughout this 0 volt line, we have 2 amps going through it, right? And then the 2 amps stops here, right? And it's going to travel through the 6 ohm resistor, right? So anytime amperage is traveling through a resistance, we have to use Ohm's law, right? Because as we can see, I times R, right? So Ohm's law is taking effect here, right? So we have to do that, right? So we're going to have I times R, right? Which is 2 times 6. It's going to give us a voltage of 12, right? Which is correct, right? Because we have 12 volts at this line right here. Now, this isn't something I'm going to get into on this video because it will be a lot easier to explain in the next video I'm gonna do. So, but like, just keep in mind, like, the voltage difference here is taking effect, right? So just keep that in mind. You don't have to worry about it. But as you can see, and then as the 2 amps goes here, it produces 12 volts. We're gonna go through this whole entire wire to 2 amps, and it's completed this circuit. So that's it for this video.